Hello and welcome. This is Japan, and we have another prediction video here for Halloween Havoc for NXT. It is this Saturday. The card is actually really stacked. I feel like the only thing that I really felt that was missing, and this is just more of a personal thing, is that we didn't get a Wheel of Fate type match. We normally get one of those, and I like at least like having that. We had so many like matches that were like kind of already like pre-done or like we knew were like coming, so like they could have easily done this. I don't know why they decided to kind of maybe break tradition or whatever, but we do still have some other interesting matches, so let's just jump into it. So the last match that they actually added, that just added was Javon Evans and Leon Slater versus El Parca and Mr. Iguana in a tag team match. Using a lot of AAA talent on this PLE, seems like they might be doing this going forward. I think it's a smart idea. I mean, especially with kind of how the division is right now, because like I think the men's division has a lot of good top people, but they're still working on that mid card and that tag team area. And then on the women's side of things, obviously we got a lot of big people that are going to be towards the top and a little bit towards the middle, but like we really do need to solidify some star power going on. So having that like split and having them on different shows and getting more things, I think is going to be a good idea. Though we haven't had many of the women crossover as much from it, but I have a feeling we're going to get a lot more as we go along. So let's, I feel like this match is going to be half, it's got to have to be Javon Evans and Leon Slater. I think this is the only like obvious match, like where I could say like for certain they're going to win. Nothing against Mr. Iguana and El Parca, because I think this is going to be a very entertaining match, but Leon Slater and Javon Evans are just two really, really big like people on both their respected brands, and I just can't see them losing this match without some type of weird outside thing, but I don't really see anything around that would cause that. So I think that's the one match you can take to the bank. Then we have Zarya stepping up for Sol Rika against Blake Monroe for the NXT North American title. Honestly, there's two ways to play this storyline depending on if one Sol's hurt or how long she's going to be hurt, if she is hurt. I personally feel like Zarya should retain, hold on to this title, get dominant, do everything that we want her to do, and then like when Sol comes back, it's like, well, what do you do? Like, she's gonna drop it. But if Sol's already kind of having that like top that they want to put her in the top of the like in the main roster, then this way Zarya loses the title, Sol stays perfectly fine, and then they kind of have that like breakup angle towards the end of it. And I think that's probably where they're going to go for it. I think Blake Monroe's been in the organization too long to not have a title already. I do feel like she should be towards the NXT women's title, like the bigger championship. The North American one is a good stepping stone, so I don't necessarily hate it to a certain extent, but I don't also like think it's a great idea to do this. So honestly, story-wise, it could go 50-50. I'd be perfectly happy with either person winning, but I do think it's going to be Blake Monroe winning and getting the title. Then we have Ethan Page versus Dr. Ragnar Jr. in a Day of the Dead match for the North American title. This honestly could be one of those matches where AAA gets one of the WWE championships. This would be a smart decision to do here, where you could have Ethan Page lose and it wouldn't be completely crazy, because Dr. Ragnar Jr. has obviously the lineage, and he has the Latin American title, which I think is kind of like their mid-card title in AAA. I could be wrong about that, so just in case I am, I apologize. But they could easily have him be a double champ over there with, one of the championships being in WWE with that Dom has, and then having one of our titles over there to promote that too, because having Dr. Ragnar come in periodically and have some matches on NXT could be really good for him and really good for NXT in general. So I kind of think Dr. Wagner is going to win here. I really do think like this would be the perfect decision to have him win here. Day of the Dead match, I'm not actually even really sure who really that benefits, but it is a match, so I guess that's the best way of doing it. Then we have the Broken Hardys, which was just going to be the regular Hardys at first against the Dark State. Never really got the broken gimmick. Like, I never really saw it. I only saw like clips of it in the past, and then it seems really stupid when you don't really know the context of everything. So I don't really understand that part. I get it where like they're trying to bring it up because of the Dark State being different, I guess, but I think the Hardys win here. I don't really feel like the Hardys would just immediately drop the titles. It'd be kind of stupid, especially in a Broken Rules match. Like, they should have the advantage in this. But this is the match I'm least looking forward to. The last match they had together just really wasn't it for me, and I highly doubt it's going to be much different than what we've seen, you know, because it's just the Hardys are a little bit older, and even if you're facing younger guys, I think Dark State still has a lot to go in their entire faction and their people wrestling. Plus, like, having it where like you don't know who you're facing and stuff kind of puts us to a disadvantage to really know who's working the best out of this group, because they're constantly flipping it around, which is good. I mean, it's a good thing to when you think about it, but it is a little bit just kind of like crazy when you think about that there's actually a pretty solid just across the board faction. Like, there's no leaders, no nothing, but I just don't see them winning here. I was surprised they even won the tag team titles when they did, but I mean, they at least got that ability to do something. Then we get the 2 title matches. We got Ricky Saints versus Trick Williams. This would be a very easy one for Trick to win, but I really feel like this is Trick's send-off. He dropped the TNA championship, and I think him losing to Ricky Saints will have Trick go to the next level and get, you know, to the main roster. I think this would be the decision to do it, because it's just he's ready. Like, he has nothing else he could do. He's a multi-time champion, TNA champion. I think this is his send-off. It really would put a big, giant, like, push for Ricky Saints as champion to knock off such a wild champion, or like such a big name. So I think that's what they need to do here and have Ricky Saints retain. Then we have Jace versus Tatum Paxley. Every bone in my body wants to pick Paxley. I love Tatum Paxley. She's easily a top 10 just underrated wrestler. I've been wanting to do a list, and she's like the easy one that I just know automatically has to be on that list, because she's just good in the ring. She has a good character. I think she can fit really well to a lot of storylines, and I think she's just needs to have that timing and get more opportunities, and this could be a very good opportunity. The issue is I just don't know if they're going to pull the trigger yet. You know, it feels like she's just there, and I don't think they're going to have her have that step here. I could definitely see there's a possibility that Izzy Dame accidentally cost her the title or that, because I really feel like if you really think about story and everything, I think you give it to Paxley, and then you have obviously Izzy Dame getting jealous at some point and going to the next step and everything. I think there's so many different things you could do with that, so why not have that as at some point, you know, the storyline they're going to do. But I don't know if they're ready for that yet. So I think it's going to be Jace that wins, but my heart and soul wants Tatum Paxley. I really, really want that to be the change. It looks like that might even be the main event from what it looks like online. I don't know if it's necessarily the truth, but that's at least what they're saying. So, yeah. Tell me what you guys think. Are you guys going to be tuning in? There's a lot of good stuff this weekend. The Io Sky and Amayu match is also this weekend. And obviously Halloween Havoc, and AEW Collision, if you're watching that. It's a pretty loaded Saturday. And, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, a good amount of wrestling on one day is always a fun thing. So, yeah, if you guys like these type of videos, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.